Crawford is a fighter. He's not a runner. All right, he's a pure boxer. He's a very fantastic boxer, punch. He's just a fantastic fighter, all-around fighter. What you get in William Skull and what Devin Haney did against Ramirez and what Ringo Diao did against Casemiro and what Shakur Stevenson did against De Los Santos, that's not going to happen here. All he knows is what fighting really is, what being a great fighter is. That's all he knows. He happens to be all of those things.
As Crawford leans into an aggressive, punch-heavy strategy, the stage is set for an explosive showdown. Canelo's elite counterpunching could thrive against such direct engagement, making every exchange high risk. With Netflix broadcasting to the world, this isn't just a fight, it's a calculated collision of power and precision. Showbiz the Adult, a respected boxing analysis expert, anticipates an explosive encounter between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, particularly given its distribution on Netflix. Crawford, known for his pure boxing punching style and aggressive combinations, is expected to engage directly, a departure from recent defensive strategies seen in other high-profile fights. This commitment to offense, experts suggest, could play to Canelo's advantage, setting the stage for a compelling bout.
Crawford is a fighter. He's not a runner. All right, he's a pure boxer. He's a very fantastic boxer, punch. He's just a fantastic fighter, all-around fighter. What you get in William Skull and what Devin Haney did against Ramirez and what Ringo Diao did against Casemiro and what Shakur Stevenson did against De Los Santos, that's not going to happen here. That is what works in Canelo's benefit. Bud Crawford is going to throw combinations. Bud Crawford is going to try to hurt Canelo. All he knows is what fighting really is, what being a great fighter is. That's all he knows. He happens to be all of those things.
Showbiz the Adult further stated that Canelo Alvarez brings elite counterpunching, underrated speed, and world-class defense to the table. His ring IQ and experience are on another level, having faced far tougher competition than Crawford. This isn't just a fight, it's a collision of elite skills and proven greatness, and Netflix is delivering it to the world.
Canelo Alvarez, I know personally, punch too damn hard. All right? He actually is faster than you think he is. And his counterpunching is beautiful, and the way he moves and slip shots and his defense and his IQ and his experience is a lot. His experience, his level of competition is levels above Crawford.
Former world champion Amir Khan weighed in on the highly anticipated Crawford vs. Canelo clash, stating that Crawford has the size, strength, and skill to pull off the upset. Khan emphasized that Crawford, often underrated for his physicality, is a naturally big welterweight who could trouble Canelo with smart boxing and movement. Comparing him favorably to Jermell Charlo, Khan believes Crawford's ability to switch stances and adapt mid-fight makes him a dangerous and highly intelligent opponent.
I think that Crawford could beat him because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
With the Canelo vs. Crawford mega fight heading to Netflix, Terence Crawford stands firm in his belief that his elite technique sets him apart. While others rely on power, Crawford sees holes in Canelo's game that give him confidence. He respects Canelo's past opponents, but insists that no match is for his skill. Critics fuel his fire, not shake it. He studied Canelo closely and knows what's coming. Crawford says he's ready for the hits and the history.
How do you see a fight with Canelo going?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
It's cool, but I need that.
Right.
I need the doubters to fuel me.
Right.
I need the people to say, oh, well, look at his fight
Mm-hmm.
against Majimov. You know, what you think he'll do if he go up 2 more weight classes?
Stephen A. Smith, veteran sports analyst, strongly cautioned against Crawford moving up 3 weight classes to face Canelo Alvarez, calling it a mistake. He argued that Crawford is simply too small, and Jermell Charlo already showed what happens when a naturally lighter fighter steps up to face Canelo's power and size. Comparing it to Rocky the Send, Smith said Crawford, like Apollo Creed, might have the heart and skill, but sometimes a fighter is just wrong for you. Canelo is too big, too experienced, and the physical gap is too real to ignore.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terrence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky when Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life, and he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2, trained him for fight Rocky 3, and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go.
Former world champion Mikey Garcia expressed concern about Crawford handling Canelo's power, warning that one clean shot could cause serious damage. While he praised Crawford's skill and movement, Garcia questioned the risk. What's the point of a massive payday if it ends with life-changing injuries? Still, he admitted that if Crawford wins, especially by decision, he deserves top 3 GOAT status. No question.
What happens when he takes a shot from Canelo? One of those uppercuts from Gia or those...
He could get dropped, or he feels it enough to be like, this, I'm boxing. And goes on the bicycle and turns southpaw for the rest of the night. And I wouldn't blame him either. You're gonna go in there and collect the chick at that point.
Right.
You're not gonna go get hurt.
Right.
What good is it to get 20, 30 million if you are hurt physically, end up in the hospital and hurt just physically, life-changing, you don't want that shit.
You think Canelo could hurt him? It could be life-changing?
Good, he's that big, fool. One punch could fucking knock him out bad enough to hurt his eye socket or detach retina. You never fucking know.
Right.
So no one wants that shit.
Crawford said if he beats him, he's in the top 3 GOATs of all time.
Oh, for sure. If Crawford beats Canelo, then for sure, you're motherfuckers in the world, bro. And he actually does have a chance. It's not like he doesn't have a chance. Don't be too surprised if he pulls it off in the decision.
British middleweight Denzel Bentley initially doubted Crawford's move up to face Canelo, but now believes he could pull it off. He noted Canelo hasn't looked as sharp in recent years, especially since moving to 168 pounds. Bentley pointed to Canelo's performance against Danny Jacobs at 160 as his last truly fluid display. Since then, his movement and combinations have slowed. Bentley feels the timing might now actually favor Crawford.
Oh man, at first I didn't like it. I was like, come on, don't do it, don't go up there, don't do it. But I just got closer. I'm believing in Crawford, man. I mean, I think he can pull it off. We haven't really seen the best of Canelo in years. I think his best days were at 160. When I think of it, that Danny Jacobs fight, that's probably the best performance I've seen Canelo in all these fights. I know he's had so many fights, probably had better performance, but in recent times, just the lateral movement, the elusiveness, the way he lets his shots go, the just effortless kind of movement and flowing of punches.
Denzel Bentley analyzed the stylistic changes in Canelo over recent years, noting he's become more of a powerhouse, slower, throwing fewer punches, and looking mainly for one big shot. While that style works due to Canelo's strength and intimidation factor, Bentley believes Crawford won't be fazed. He highlighted Crawford's superior footwork, stance switching ability, and broader skill set. Against Canelo, Crawford could utilize more tools in his arsenal. As the Netflix showdown approaches, Bentley sees a points victory for Crawford as a real possibility.
He's just a powerhouse. He's slow with his feet, throws less punches than we've seen before. He's always looking for a big shot. That hardly sets anything up anymore. It's just his whole style has just changed, and it's worked for him because a lot of fighters go in there with that fear factor, like, oh my days, it's Canelo. Or he will wear you down at some point because he's so physical and strong, or when he hits you, you kind of don't want to know because he hits so hard. But I don't think Crawford's going to go in with that mindset. I think whatever Canelo brings, he's going to be able to match. He's got better feet, even though at 154 his feet didn't look the best, but Majimov is a good mover. But he's got better feet, he can fight both ways, and I think he'll use more of his arsenal than what Canelo would use. So I think he would find it easier. So I think Crawford can beat him on points.
Renowned trainer Teddy Atlas offered a balanced view on the Crawford versus Canelo showdown, streaming on Netflix. He noted Canelo's size, strength, and elite experience make him the favorite on paper, but Crawford's speed, timing, and superior ring IQ level the playing field. For Atlas, this isn't just size versus skill, it's greatness versus greatness in a true legacy fight.
You can look at it two ways. You can look at it as the obvious advantage of the bigger man who's very experienced, who's been a world champion a long time, Canelo, tremendous fighter. You can look at him and, you know, say, oh, with all his experience, his skill sets, you know, his resume of fighters that he's fought, champions, everything, that with his size, you know, he's gonna have the advantage. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's dangerous, all those things. And then for me, I can look at the other side of the ledger, and I look at the smaller man and say, wait a minute.
Teddy Atlas further emphasized why Terence Crawford stands out ahead of his blockbuster clash with Canelo Alvarez on Netflix. Terence Crawford is drawing attention for more than just his record. Renowned trainer Teddy Atlas noted that while Crawford hasn't faced as many elite opponents or headlined as many major events as Canelo, there's a unique quality about him. While acknowledging that both men are elite, Atlas believes Crawford possesses a unique blend of talent, mindset, and instinct that makes this matchup far more competitive than it appears on paper.
Both guys are special, but I think Crawford has special. I know he hasn't fought the level, or not just the level, but he doesn't have the resume as thick, obviously, as Canelo does of so many fights, of so many champions. But I'll tell you something, he's got enough, and he's got enough for me. I think I've been in the business 50 years. He's got enough for me where it's caught my eye, where I believe that there is something very special. I'm not saying they're both not special, but there's something very special about Crawford, that he has that it factor.
Andre Ward, former undefeated world champion, gave his take on the upcoming Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez clash set to stream on Netflix. Despite the big weight jump and the danger that comes with it, I'm going with Crawford. Ward stated, "It's not about disrespecting Canelo. He's a great fighter, but no one has shown they can break Crawford's will or stop him from figuring things out in the ring." Ward emphasized that until someone proves otherwise, he's not picking against Crawford, regardless of the opponent.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
UFC President Dana White, now promoting the Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez fight set to stream on Netflix, shared his unique perspective on the boxing world. Dana White criticized the lack of transparency in boxing, especially when it comes to major fights. He pointed out that in the UFC, announcements are made immediately after contracts are signed to engage the fans. In contrast, he finds it surprising that even major boxing events, like Crawford versus Canelo, are often kept under wraps for too long, leaving fans in the dark. White's comments highlight the promotional gap between MMA and boxing, and why this Netflix event could reshape how boxing engages global audiences.
More unrelated to this fight, but Turkey made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terence Crawford-Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO, he just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about like, where'd Dana go?
I'm gonna tell you what's awesome, man. So there's a lot of fucked up things about boxing, but they don't say shit. I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing. If we sign a deal, I gotta get on my phone quick and go, hey, we just fucking, because 90,000 people will be out there talking about it. These guys don't talk. I'm promoting the fight.
Former world champion Sean Porter offered a sharp breakdown of the Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez clash. He raised concerns about Crawford moving up in weight and whether he can handle Canelo's power over 12 rounds. Once he gets touched by Canelo, it could be different, Porter warned, predicting that Canelo may come out fast to break Crawford down early. Still, he emphasized the deep skill sets on both sides, reminding fans that greatness isn't easy to measure. "We tried that with Errol Spence and Crawford, and we saw how that turned out," he added, highlighting how unpredictable elite-level fights truly are.
The others say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's gonna be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's gonna slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
Israel Madrimov called Crawford versus Canelo a great 50-50 fight, likely happening in September. He believes if it goes 12 rounds, Crawford wins, but a knockout favors Canelo. Madrimov praised Crawford's power, intelligence, and experience. He's smart, tricky, and very hard to figure out. He said,
"If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think."
Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, what do you think about that fight if they did fight? Looks like it's up for September.
Good fight. You know, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, that's Canelo.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight against?
He has power, smart, in more practical.
He has more experience. He's very experienced.
Roy Jones Jr. called Canelo versus Terence Crawford a great boxing fight, but warned that it all depends on Canelo's game plan. One wrong move and he could lose. He said Crawford needs to come in as close to the weight limit as possible to avoid being outmuscled, since Canelo is naturally the bigger fighter.
Bud, Canelo, you know, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it gonna be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that's worked in weight class. How do you think Terence Crawford should handle the weight? Should he come in lighter? Should he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. If he get to the weight limit, because there is a weight limit, get to the weight limit.
Jaron Ennis believes Canelo has the edge, noting that despite not being a natural 168-pounder, he's been dropping much bigger opponents, some close to 200 pounds on fight night. He suggested that Crawford should take a warm-up fight at 160 to adjust to the size and strength of heavier fighters, build the necessary muscle, and avoid a long layoff before facing someone as powerful as Canelo.
But I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been pitting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68-pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So I don't know. You know, it's gonna be a great fight. You know, the fans want to see it. So, you know, so be it.
Juan Manuel shared his honest view on the Crawford versus Canelo matchup, expressing concern about the weight jump. He acknowledged Crawford's skills, great defense, and sharp combinations, but emphasized that weight classes exist for a reason. Crawford looked slower and less powerful against Madrimov, he recalled, warning that moving up even further could be too much. While he respects Crawford's talent, he believes taking on Canelo at a higher weight is a dangerous step.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right. Weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power. And three more divisions, two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches. But I think the weight class is no good for him.
As the world gears up for the explosive showdown between Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez on Netflix, fans and experts alike know this isn't just another fight, it's a historic collision of greatness. With Crawford's speed, timing, and ring IQ clashing against Canelo's power, experience, and counterpunching precision, the stakes couldn't be higher. Whether it ends in a shocking upset or a dominant display, this bout promises to leave a lasting mark on boxing history. Share your thoughts in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.